Will still is gone. Sports Republic decide enough is enough. But who is in the frame to take the hot seat? Welcome back to Where Saints Talk with myself, Luke, and today we've got Elliot, Joe, Nick, and Alex. Thank you for coming on, boys. This is an emergency podcast. We actually recorded a podcast just before the news broke, which you may see as YouTube Shorts, so please keep an eye out for that. But it's only right. We have to talk about the big news. Elliot, Will still, he's out of here.
Yeah, no. And of course, Sod's Law, like 20 minutes after we finished recording, the news broke out naturally. I don't think any of us are particularly surprised. Having said that, I think most of us probably would have given him till the international break. That seems to be a logical time to sack managers. But I think after the chanting that was heard around the ground that we talked about last night, I think that the owners wanted to be seen to be doing something. So I thought, okay, we'll pull the trigger now, and that at least that way that gets the fans off our backs for the time being. So not a surprising outcome, but maybe slightly surprising in terms of timing.
Yes, yeah, I think we did obviously mention on that pod that it was seeming likely that it was going that way, but maybe it was a case of this week was going to be the week to see whether he would keep his job. But obviously, they decided enough was enough. And Joe, are you saddened by that it didn't work out for Will?
I'm not saddened because the results weren't good at all. Even going back to the first game at Wrexham, yes, we won, but it wasn't perfect. It's sad that he's left because he is probably a good coach and he'll probably go on to have a good managerial career elsewhere. But I think it was just wrong club at the wrong time, to be honest. I think we need someone with a bit more authority over the players that aren't going to be their mates to give them a rocket out of the backside that they probably need. Yeah.
Yeah. I've heard already that he might be rumoured for the Celtic job, Alex. Is that, can you see him? Can you see him going over there and then doing any better than he done at Saints?
Yes, it seems like in Glasgow they like taking our ex-managers. It was. I can't see it, but because they won't be too happy with that. They're not happy with their owners as much at the moment, but you never know. It was probably time for Still. I agreed that I thought he'd probably get another week just to kind of sort it out, and if not, see it through to the international break. But yeah, just one home win. I saw they conceded more goals from errors than having clean sheets. So that's just a bit criminal with the squad we had, the 40 million we spent. He didn't play the signings that he really wanted to play a system, and he didn't play a system. I just thought in the end he just didn't fight for his job. Even in the press conferences, he didn't come out saying why he should stay the manager. So the board just had nothing to go. He could have another week here, and they went for it. But it's a shame that it didn't work out. But hopefully they're getting a good replacement to take us up the table.
Yeah, definitely. It's interesting you touch on the fans and what the atmosphere was like at the game, and he probably did push Sports Republic into making the decision. It was quite a toxic atmosphere, wasn't it, Nick? And do you think that was the reason the board thought, enough is enough?
Yeah, I mean, I was watching on the television, and you could hear it. When you can hear it through the television, it's not good. And even the broadcast had to cut the fan audio when it went to halftime because the boos were so loud. So yeah, not good. I also thought he would have gotten until the international break. But I think the fact that the Wednesday game is at home probably gave a little more fuel to Sport Republic that they have to make a change, because I don't think they can be seen to have another atmosphere that poor, especially with how this season's going.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You can't. You have to make a decision as an owner. I know, obviously, we question the owners quite a bit here, and rightly so, with some of the decisions that Sports Republic have made and what they're doing to the club. But they have to make a decision. Obviously, they decided now's the time to do it. And now, if you can get someone in before the international break, so obviously then give them the international break to go forward, then that might be the right thing to do. Right. quick fire time. I'm going to go through a list of managers that are on the. You look for all the betting sites, etc. And there's a certain amount of managers that are all in the frame for the hot seat. So I'm going to chuck some names out there. We're going to get yes or no's and your reason for your yes or no's. And let's see who we think or who we would like to be the next Saints manager. So the first one we'll start a little bit softly. We'll go with someone that I think is a good manager, and he's had a good sort of spell in the Championship, and it's Michael Carrick. Elliot, what do you think to Michael Carrick? Do you think he's someone that you'd like to see at Saints?
It's an interesting one. I think when he came into Middlesbrough a couple of seasons ago, I think he took over mid-season and he managed to get them up to the playoffs, and I think they're in the bottom half of the table. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he did really well initially, and then as far as I understand it, a lot of the fans were complaining after the second season because I think they just sort of stagnated. I don't know if he was helped by the board in terms of transfers and investment into the squad. I know they lost. Is it Chuba Akpom? He was like a really good player for them. Anyway,
he's at Ipswich now.
Yeah, I've been told by some fans online that our squad would suit him, but I don't know if our squad would suit any manager. So he's one of my favourite names. Put it that way.
Yeah. Okay. So you would be too upset if you got the job. You think that'd be that?
No,
that would be
I mean, I'd prefer I'd prefer him to someone like Gerrard or Rooney. Absolutely. Yeah.
Any other golden generation?
Yeah.
Alex, what do we think, mate? Michael Carrick, is he a yes or is he a no?
It's tough. I can see it happening because he's out of a job, and he's the only thing against it is it goes back to a similar style to Russell Martin, and I've seen him kind of Middlesbrough fans saying he's a bit stubborn. So I'm not entirely sure. I would lean towards yes because I think he's a good Championship manager.
Cool. Nick, Michael Carrick, yes or no?
I'm leaning towards yes, but I'm gonna give it a caveat that whatever style of manager Sport Republic pick for the next one, can we just stick with that for maybe like 3, 4, 5 seasons, and kind of pick an identity? Going back to the similar to Russell Martin style, that's fine, but keep playing that style and don't do this wishy-washy thing. Another thing that is a pro for Michael Carrick is he's an ex-player. I mean, we talked, I think it was 3 weeks ago, but the rumors that the Jack Stevenson fallen out with Will Still. There's some more rumors that the players kind of didn't really respect him as not having played the game, being young. He comes with some prestige. He was a great player. Maybe that helps him with this group.
Yeah, I think that's right. Sorry, Joe, you had a bit of technical issues there.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Michael, that's all right. We're starting with Michael Carrick, mate. What is that? Is that a yes or a no for yourself?
As the other said, yeah, I'm sort of leaning towards yes, because I think although that he plays possession-based football, it's possession-based football further up the pitch than Martin did. Martin was tippy-tapping around the back, and at least Carrick is a bit more progressive, like forward. I think that if we're gonna do an identity, then we need to do it for a prolonged period of time. There's no point in chopping and changing between two styles because it's just not going to work.
Yeah. That is definitely a fair point. Whoever it is going to be, needs to obviously stick to their system. Well, next one is someone that I know you absolutely love. You know, there's a lot of rumours out there that he's in line for the job.
Yeah, I saw that he is one of the favourites, unfortunately, today. It was great what he did to get us promoted, but unfortunately, it was just plan A. There was no plan B, and just as the same with Rangers, his stubbornness costed his job. So it's just going to be round 2, and I don't think he actually like really gets on with any of the other than like some of the players that are still there. I think the people above he kind of fell out with. So I don't think it would be that great of a return, but you never know.
So I'm going to take that as a no from yourself. Nick, Nick, what about you, mate? Is that a little bit different from you?
Yeah, it will let you into the behind the scenes where Saints walk. You guys will miss on our recording yesterday, me and Joe coming to blows over Russell Martin. So I'm going to give the pro Russell Martin case. One, the players are his players. They're all still here. We haven't managed to get rid, and they like him. He got a tune out of them before. I mean, this squad is so broken. Maybe he can get a tune out of them again. I think people don't give him enough credit for what he did in Southampton first season in the Championship, bouncing them right back with a broken squad, similar to what we have now. He's a great motivator. He's a good player, man manager. His tax just got found out in the Premier League, but we're not in the Premier League. We're closer to League One than we are to the Premier League. So that's my pro Martin case. I need to give it the caveat that I don't want to see him back because I don't enjoy watching Jack Stevens impersonate John Stones for 90 minutes and fail spectacularly. But I don't think it's crazy. I think there is a legitimate case to make.
Okay. Alex, is it a yes or no for yourself?
Never go back to. No, I wouldn't want it back because the style of play, I think you can still see problems from it now. Players not as creative as they could be, and I wouldn't put it all on Russell Martin, but yeah, I think there's kind of remnants of what he had in the players, and I don't like that he seemed a bit like matey with the players and they all loved him because some immediately fell out with Van as soon as he left. So yeah, I wouldn't want to go near him again. No.
Yeah, no, I think that's a fair point. Elliot, are you going to be different? Is yours going to be a yes, or are you on the no, see you later, Russell Martin train? Sorry, you're on
Sorry.
mute, Elliot, there you go.
I just want to go back to what Nick said actually about how well Russell Martin did in his first season with us. I know he caveated it by saying, I wouldn't want him back, but I'd actually say Russell Martin should have done better with the squad that he had with us, because we kind of nearly missed out on playoffs. We had that run of 4 losses in a row. I actually think the first relegation squad was a lot better than what we had now. You know, we had players like Kyle Walker-Peters, who was still in the team. So I think the squad was a lot better than it is now. I actually think he probably should have done better than what he did. And then when he got promoted, he kind of got found out. So yeah, absolutely no for me. I think even if he could get us promoted again, it's just the bridges that he burnt in his last tenure here. Yeah, no, it's just too toxic, completely meltdown. So no, absolutely not. Yeah,
that is an excellent point, actually. That Elliot just made with the fan base so offside right now. Bringing back Martin, he'd lose one game at St. Mary's and the fan base would turn immediately.
Turning a toxic situation into an even more toxic one, possibly. So yeah, maybe
going back to your ex 101.
Yeah,
that's what happened.
Yeah,
right?
very true. Right, we're now on to, so they're the two, I'd say, the two sort of, at the minute, the rumoured sort of favourites. Now we're going a bit deeper into some people that are a little bit more outside chance. So if you can just give us a yes or a no for these, then that will be great. So I'll list the name. We'll go through each person. Just give us a yes or a no. So Elliot, we'll start with you. Brendan Rodgers.
I know you said yes or no, but can I say maybe? I don't like him, but I think he's a good manager, so I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, we'll leave it at that. Fine, Alex?
Yes, but I don't think he'd come near St. Mary's with a 6-foot flagpole. So
Nick?
Same as Alex, yes, but there's no way.
No chance. Joe, what are you thinking?
I'm going to side with Elliot and saying, nah, not really fancying it, to be honest.
I think he's a good manager, but yeah, no.
Yeah.
Another one of Saints X's is Ralph Hasenhüttl. Joe, we'll start with you, mate. Is that a yes or a no?
No, 100% no. All I'm going to say is 2 9-0s in a row. That's it.
Yeah, fair play. Nick?
I'm going to say yes. I actually think Ralph worked wonders with pennies. We had no investment at that time. He kept us up for far longer than he should have. Both those 9-0s had red cards involved. I just want to say that.
Yeah, true. No, fair enough.
But I'll say yes. I mean, we're desperate, but I'll say yes.
You're such a nice guy, Nick. 9-0s, you're still trying to come up with. I love it, mate. Alex,
So we got to be positive somehow. I mean, this is rough.
Yeah,
Alex, what we saying, Ralph?
100%. I think Johannes Spors this high tempo style, and that's what Ralph brings, and I think the fans would love that.
Okay, nice. Elliot?
I am in favour, yes, because other than all the obvious reasons, well, we were top in the Premier League, weren't we, under him, albeit only for one weekend. And also, I think he actually cares about the club, and I think at the moment what we need are leaders, and that's why I'm happy Renee's coming back. We need leaders. We need people to step up and drag us in the right direction. I think Ralph would be a good man to do that.
Okay. We'll chuck it back to you, Elliot, for the start of this one. It's the ex-Pompey player, Gary O'Neill.
No. You would have to say it. No. Going back to what you said about, just quickly about Russell Martin. If we lose one game, even if we let in one goal, because it's Gary O'Neill, because he's ex-Pompey, yeah, it would just turn completely. So absolutely not.
Alex, what do you think?
No, it's not going to work. No.
Nick?
No, I can't be positive about that one.
Joe?
You kind of summed it up in the first 3 words. Ex-Pompey player, so absolutely no chance.
It can't be done, can it? You can't be having any of that. A little one a bit out of the side of the box. Obviously, he's doing very well at Coventry at the moment. Could Saints, offer a big money deal to get him over the line? We'll start with you, Joe. Frank Lampard?
I would like to say yes, but there's no way he's going to come to us because how well he's doing it at Coventry. But if we somehow manage to pull it off, then yeah, I would be absolutely fine with it.
Okay. Nick, Frankie Lampard.
I'd take him, but same. Why go from first in the championship to flirting with relegation?
Yeah, Lamps, what are you thinking?
Similar to Brendan Rodgers, I think it would be a good appointment, but I don't think he'd want to come where his job's safe to somewhere where we've had 7 managers in 3 years. So no.
Yeah, that is a good point. He's got his feet firmly inside the door at Coventry. Elliot.
Well, I would take him, but as everyone else has said, he almost definitely wouldn't come. I also don't think he'd do as well here as he is at Coventry. Our squad is crap compared to theirs. I think they've got 3 or 4 players that have already scored more than 10 goals. So, yeah. No, I don't think he'd do as well with us as he has done with Coventry.
Okay. And then the last one is just for a little bit of banter, but let's just see. Do we, Elliot? Do we pull Big Sam out of retirement and give him the job?
I'd rather give it to him than Russell Martin. I'd have if we let's say we hire someone else and we're we're still in a relegation battle come the end of the season. I genuinely wouldn't mind giving it to Big Sam to try and kind of scrape away relegation, but no, not at the moment. No.
Big Sam, Alex?
I'd shift that and say Neil Warnock. Why not? no chance. No.
Nick, what do you think? The old British Bulldog?
I'm in. Just I want to see the reactions after he watches training a couple times. I just love to see. I'd love to see what Alfie House asks him how's training going. Let him go, but just for that, I'll say yes, but in reality, no.
Big Sam, Joe, what were you thinking? Would you be happy to take him on board, get him out of retirement from all the adverts he's been doing?
As Elliot, so I'd rather him over Russell Martin, but no, just no.
Can we just get him to come in anyway and just give the players a slap around the dressing room?
Yeah.
Like it was in the video,
Yeah, I mean, worst could happen if I'm honest with you. They could do a bit of a boost.
Well, look, you didn't put
that is
Zinedine Zidane on that list. Zinedine Zidane's available. I don't know why he wasn't on that list.
He wasn't quite on the betting odds, but I looked through it. Unfortunately, maybe he just doesn't fancy South Coast. Maybe it's not quite for him. Right, so now what I'm going to do is going to go around to each person. I just want you to say the name that you would like. Can be off the list that we just mentioned, but the name you would want. Elliot, who would you like as Saints manager?
See, my heart is telling me someone like Ange Postecoglou, like Alex just said, but my head is telling me bring back Ralph, get the band back together. I mean, Oriol Romeu is coming back too, so I genuinely think that could be a turning point if we play our cards right. So yeah, Ralph Hasenhüttl, realistic, ambitious, someone like Postecoglou.
Yeah, definitely. Alex, who would you like in the hot seat?
I think when Ralph left in 2022, I think it was time to go. But now I'd say, why not bring him back? He's been out of a job for a year, and I really like him. And if Johannes Bos was recruiting to bring in his former assistant Danny Rowe at the start of the summer, why not bring in the full package, experienced package, and go for Hasenhüttl? But I am terrified that he'll bring in the under-21s manager, Eckert. I'm very scared that he might do that if he has a good week.
Yeah, how his week goes. Nick, who would you like in the hot seat?
It's a shame because I was really hoping some of the other promoted sides from last year would do poorly, and someone like Daniel Farke would be available. Lots of championship experience, promotion experience, Scott Parker, but they're all doing pretty decently. So, Hasenhüttl would be great. I mean, if anything, just to get the fans back on side. Promotion's unrealistic this season. The goal needs to be don't get relegated and bring some joy back to St. Mary's.
Yeah, definitely. Joe, finally yourself, mate.
I'm gonna throw Michael Carrick into the hat. I think that he did very well with that Middlesbrough squad, who on paper were quite similar to us at the time. Like, they had some quite decent players, they were just quite underperforming, all of our players. And he coached Cam Archer as well, so hopefully he might actually teach him where the back of the net is, and we might score a few goals.
Good shouts. So like I said, it's like all of you have said, it's the main thing is just trying to get the good feeling back at the club, isn't it? I think Nick touched on the promotion might be a little bit of a dream now, but it's just getting the good feeling back, and it's about foundations. You want to. I think the 5 years and sort of you see the development and the plan. So yeah, time will tell. So as Alex mentioned, the under-21s manager is interim in charge of the Saints team. So we'll have a look at the two upcoming games, QPR away and Sheffield Wednesday at home. So we'll go for score predictions now under the new management. Elliot, we'll start with yourself for QPR away. What's your score predictions?
I said in the last pod, because at the time we were still in charge, I couldn't see anything other than a QPR win. Do I think the players are going to kind of, actually put in some effort and give a crap because their manager they didn't like is gone? Maybe, but I just think they're such a horrible squad. They've got a horrible attitude. Maybe optimistically 1-1 draw. It's quite sad that that's optimistic at this point, but yeah, I can maybe see us battling out for a 1-1 draw.
Okay, Alex, what do you think from the QPR away? What's your score predictions, mate?
It's going to be some away end with Romeu returning, manager, Sport Republic out. It's going to be all sorts going on there. Yeah, I'm a bit more hopeful now because I think he'll try and get the most out of the creative players, and I think the manager will see it as a bit of an audition. If he does well, maybe he can get the job, which I think no one wants, but he'll be going for it. I will say I'm still going 2-0 to QPR though.
I really wasn't expecting
go against
that.
myself. Yeah,
I must admit that.
I forgot where I was going. I forgot I was going to be negative.
Oh, that got me. That did, Alex. Nick. So now we're on to Sheffield Wednesday at home. What we expecting from the Sheffield Wednesday? I mean, obviously they've got their troubles themselves. No matter who's in charge, you'd like to think you try and get 3 points.
I can't follow that Alex prediction. That was great. They have to beat Wednesday. They absolutely must beat Wednesday. If they don't, it's going to be an ugly international break, and whichever new manager is coming in at that time is going to have his work cut out for him. So I'm going to say a nervy 2-1 win, as I don't see us keeping a clean sheet. But with Wednesday's troubles, hopefully we can get it over the line.
Okay. And Joe, do you expect 3 points at home to Sheffield Wednesday?
Yeah, I'm gonna actually be positive on this one, and hopefully I think hopefully it might be another 2-1 win. I don't see us keeping a clean sheet, but I think that we will be able to grind out a well-needed win, hopefully.
Okay. Well, like it's a time for change. Football can change so quickly. We've mentioned that a few times on the pod. Football can change, within a blink of an eye. So we shall see. We'll look to see who's going to be in charge. Come after the intro. You coming on board for this emergency pod, and thank you everybody for watching at home. Please like and subscribe, and please get involved in the comments below. Who do you want as the next Saints manager?